My name is Anthony Walsh, and I am running for Hennepin County Commissioner for District 3. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my announcement. Now I want to share with you, 1, who I am, 2, my qualifications and experiences, and 3, what I plan to do on day 1 once elected as your commissioner. I was born in Washington, D.C. in 1994 and immediately entered the child welfare system. Before I was 1 year old, I was adopted by an amazing South Minneapolis family, and my family lived on Garfield Avenue and attended Seed Academy, Sabathani Community Center. I played Minneapolis Laker hockey, and we attended church at Park Avenue United Methodist. I grew up walking to my grandmother Muriel Huey's home at Walker Place on Bryan Avenue and frequented Gigi's Cafe on West 36th Street. After a few years, my family moved west to Edina, and I attended school first in the Hopkins Public School District and then finished school in Edina Public Schools. We frequently visited my Aunt Paula Fox off of Minnetonka Boulevard and Alabama Avenue south in St. Louis Park. I've lived in Hennepin County my entire life. I love Hennepin County. I love the people of Hennepin County, and I've experienced Hennepin County as a boy, a son, and a dreamer. And it was an amazing place to grow up, and that is why my spouse and I have decided to raise our incredible growing family here. We live in the Diamond Lake neighborhood of Minneapolis, and we absolutely love it. At this point in my life, I've experienced Hennepin County as a renter, myself having rented a home in St. Louis Park with my now spouse, and now as a tax-paying Minneapolis homeowner. I am still a son, but I'm no longer a boy. But rather a man and a father of a baby girl. And instead of a dreamer, I am a social engineer with concrete promises that I will implement on day 1 once elected as your commissioner. Now that I've shared with you who I am, I want to share with you why I'm qualified to serve as your county commissioner. Many people talk, but the true test of character is, what have you done? In laying out why I am the best candidate for this role, I want to share what I've done in the decade between the years of 2015 and 2025. In 2015, I had the privilege of studying abroad in Santiago, Chile. In 2016, I interned for the first time at Hennepin County. And in 2017, I interned again at Hennepin County. Very different experiences, all great. In 2018, I studied abroad and interned in Norway. In 2018, I also interned on Capitol Hill for United States Senator Heidi Heitkamp. And in 2019, I began work at a Washington, D.C. think tank. Also in 2019, I entered law school at night in D.C. I, like most people in 2020, worked remotely and attended school online because of the COVID lockdowns. And in 2021, I enrolled full-time as a law student at Mitchell Hamline School of Law in St. Paul. In 2022, my first book, The Award-Winning Hockey is for Everybody, was published in 2022. I worked with a group of hockey parents to start Mosaic Hockey Collective, a successful nonprofit. And also in 2022, I had the great privilege of coaching Minneapolis Park Board hockey team to the tournament championship. In 2023, I graduated from Mitchell Hamline School of Law, and I also began to work with a group of hockey parents to bring hockey back to Richfield. And as of 2026, I can gratefully say that we've successfully revived that program. In 2024, I began working as a full-time employee at Hennepin County. In 2025, I bought a home. I became a father and a spouse. And in 2025, I studied abroad in Israel. I say all this to tell you that I have a legal background. I've undergone 3 years of professional policy work. I have worked for Hennepin County in many, many different capacities. I started as an intern all the way to a full-time employee. I have extensive foreign policy experience, 3 study abroad trips there. I have extensive board experience. I have a proven track record of building successful projects, both individually and in groups. Now that I've laid out my case for why I have the experience to serve as your Hennepin County Commissioner, I will lay out for you my 2 campaign promises and how I plan to turn those 2 promises into policy on day 1. One of the many powers that a Hennepin County Commissioner has is the ability to enhance an already existing program. Like I have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 arms, 2 legs, and 2 feet, I have 2 campaign promises for you. Number 1, I will make youth activities for everybody by way of expanding the Hennepin County Youth Activities Grant And number 2, I will make housing more affordable for everyone by way of expanding the Hennepin County Homebuyer Assistance Fund. First, youth activities for everybody. 70% of youth stop participating in structural youth activities by age 13. One of the top reasons cited is cost. This has a negative ripple effect on our entire society. But you don't need statistics to tell you that. You can see it with your own eyes. You can feel it in your communities. Our youth are more anxious than ever. Illnesses that have plagued sedentary adults are now plaguing our young sedentary children. We see it as the age of people committing crimes gets younger and younger. Regular reports of kids 12 to 13 years old stealing cars. This phenomenon is happening so frequently that the Kia Boys has become a viral social media trend that was at its foundation revolved around the crime of Grand Theft Auto. You hear the pain in a mother's voice who, even on a payment plan, is still having trouble affording the equipment and team fees for her son's soccer. A mother struggling to decide if she needs to pull her kid out of what he loves and is excelling at just to keep the lights on and food in the fridge. This is wrong, and this is unacceptable. The Hennepin County Youth Activities Grants Program provides funding for youth activities to local government units within Hennepin County. The Youth Activities Grant Program, although underpublicized, was started over a decade ago and is supported by proceeds from the Twins Ballpark sales tax. As your commissioner, I will expand the Hennepin County Youth Activities Grant by lowering barriers for small community programs and partnering with cities and nonprofits so that every kid can participate regardless of income. We can legally fund equipment fees, transportation, and neighborhood programs, and we can do it on day 1. We can make sure that every child, regardless of their socioeconomic status, can participate in youth activities. Second, affordable housing. The number one reason is often cited for someone who believes that they cannot purchase a home is that they don't have enough money for a down payment. Many young people feel like they cannot get on with their life because they cannot secure their foot onto the first rung of the property owning ladder. And I will make sure that accessible housing is available to everybody by way of expanding the Hennepin County Homebuyer Assistance Fund. In 2023, the Hennepin County Housing and Redevelopment Authority launched its first designated fund for homeownership assistance. It constituted its largest annual investment in homeownership. The goal of the program is to facilitate home buying through capital funding or down payment assistance. On day 1, I will introduce a resolution to expand the Hennepin County Buyer Assistance Fund so that more working families can buy their first home and start building generational wealth in Hennepin County. And Hennepin County already operates a strong home buyers assistance fund, but it's like the equipment grant and activities grant, well underpublicized, and it's way too restrictive for many first-time home buyers. As commissioner, I will raise income eligibility limits. I will streamline the application process, and we will make sure that homeownership is attainable without raising taxes. For too long, the dream of owning a house has felt way out of reach. Expanding this program on day 1 puts Hennepin County on the side of first-time home buyers and helping families stay in Hennepin County to grow and thrive right here in our community. I have 2 promises, like I have 2 eyes, ears, arms, legs, and feet. Personally, I don't know about you, but I'm tired of the politician who overpromises just to get votes, but then underdelivers. And it is my firm belief that a majority of you are tired of that as well. So, no, I will not overpromise, and I am underpromising because I am going to overdeliver. Together, once elected, we can work at getting these 2 promises accomplished on day 1, and then further continue our goal to make Hennepin County great. Thank you for listening to my announcement, and I look forward to meeting with as many of you as possible so that I can hear your concerns directly from you and work with you on resolving any problems that you may be experiencing. So now it's time that I get to work at earning your vote, but I will leave you with one call to action, and that no matter who you vote for, please go out and vote for your Hennepin County Commissioner on November 3rd, 2026. Thank you.